Alright, man, so around this time last year, I made a video discussing features and new additions I would have liked to see added into FIFA 21. I can't believe that was already a year ago. This year, however, I'm a little too late given that every new feature and mechanic implemented into 22 has pretty much already been confirmed. So what I've done this year instead is come up with a little bit of a list of changes that I would have liked to see implemented into the game that weren't. Essentially, just a few ideas off the top of my head that pretty much apply across all the game modes. Fuck! Ah! Oh, what the did I not screw this shit on right? Ah! Yeah, my foot's in fucking pain, man. The show must go on. Alright, where was I? I mean, that's opened me up more, man. I'm a little more confident in shit now. Let me get a drink of water. Alright, man. First game mode up, Pro Clubs, because there's a lot of changes I want here. Something I made very clear in last year's video is that I'm a fan of customization. I love customizing. I don't know why, but there's just something about changing my players' sock colors that really gets me going. So it makes me sad to see that FIFA 21 was basically the exact same thing as FIFA 20 when it came to that. As a matter of fact, it's just been getting worse and worse every year. I mean, seriously, this is the closest thing we have to a fade. I don't know why they went more lenient with how you could make your player look. Yeah, I guess maybe since the main demographic is a bunch of kids, then maybe they don't want... Just imagine being 8 years old, conceding a goal, and having this run up to your flat screen. But okay, one thing we did get as a new feature, we did get to sort of, I guess, customize the AI around us, which when you don't have a lot of players in your team, it kind of adds personality, so it's better than what we had in FIFA 20, that's for sure. But disappointingly enough, the main feature I really wanted here was to be able to edit their custom weights and heights, which we sadly did not get this year either. I mean, hey man, let's not get too greedy, man. We're able to untuck their shirts, you know, one groundbreaking feature at a time. Now, in fairness to EA, I can understand why. Pretty much all the attackers and wingers you come up against are like 5'5" max. So if the opposing team was able to sort of shrink their defense and make it more of an even match, yeah, then pretty soon a game at Loftus Road is gonna look more like recess at an elementary school. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous when I was downloading that photo. But in order to counter that, I have introduced some sort of an alternative. If you're anything like me, you're more of a visual learner and you understand concepts better when you see them rather than when you're sort of just having to listen to them. So I went ahead and drew up a concept of the idea I'm really trying to communicate here. Now, I'm by no means a graphic designer. I'm majoring in history for fuck's sake. But you sort of get the idea. For each position, you get a small little pool of players that you can sort of, if you can't edit their body type directly, you can at least select one of the players you have listed, if that makes sense. Each selection available sort of provides a different role and a different sort of play style. For example, you want a shorter, slimmer, quicker, more swift center back, you get a selection like Cannavaro or maybe someone like Koundé who's not even 6 foot. And trust me, height is a serious factor in pro clubs. A 5'10" center back like Koundé in Ultimate Team, he's gonna look maybe just slightly shorter than average. A 5'10" center back in pro clubs and he's gonna look like 6'4" Van Dijk. I don't know, man. It doesn't have to be the same selection of players for the whole year. Hey, if they wanted to, man, they could probably switch it up every month, even though they don't really have to. That's really the main thing I wanted to get off my chest when it came to pro clubs. Shit, what else is left? Career mode. Okay, career mode. Shit, man, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't play career mode this year. I rarely played much FIFA at all, if I'm being honest, which I doubt is a surprise to anyone given my upload schedule. One thing I will say pertaining to career mode, and really any mode where you play against the AI, if you're playing in high difficulties, man, it's incredibly annoying. There were a few times throughout the year where I had gathered the courage to go into squad battles. Almost every single time I've regretted it. They just play so conservative, man. Even when they're attacking you, they just pass it around the box until you essentially just lose patience, lunge into a tackle, and get exposed. In no way, shape, or form does this playstyle simulate real football at all. Now, this sort of has been the case for a few years, but in 21 specifically, I've noticed the amount of skill moves and just animations and movements they make that are just so unnecessary has just, like, they've been ramped up to the max. I'm sorry, but like, in no universe is John Joe Shelby gonna be hitting a roulette.
I'm getting a red card. I don't care. I don't care. That's the least thing I care. Look at Shelby. Look at him. Oh, I hate that guy, Shelby. No. Look at his face.
Now, yes, like, theoretically, it does make the game mode more challenging. If you select a higher difficulty, playing against this is going to be a lot more challenging. But there's surely different ways EA can go about this, man. Now, from what I'm seeing so far, FIFA 22 looks like it's going to be relying less on skill moves to create chances in attack, and more on just sort of quick passes and just, you know, football. If this is the case, I am absolutely on board with this. Now, I'm unsure how this is going to pertain to offline modes, if the gameplay is going to be similar to that. But if it is, then I'd be absolutely ecstatic. As far as Ultimate Team, I gotta hand it to EA here, man. I can't really think of much. Only thing I can think of is when you're collecting objective rewards. The menus are pretty slow, man, so when you gotta wait about 10 seconds to send a tifo or a badge or some useless kit to the club, that gets a bit annoying. I don't know, man. Just make it just make us able to gather that as a whole instead of just one by one, I guess. Yeah, then pretty soon games at the prestigious old Loftus. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, then pretty soon games at Old Loftus Road are gonna. I said it again. Old Loftus Road. What the fuck? Yeah, then pretty soon games at the prestigious Old Loftus Road is gonna go. I keep saying Old Loftus. Yeah, then pretty soon games at the prestigious Old Loftus. Fuck off, man.